probably comes to mind is balloons, but helium, a shortage of it, is affecting things far more serious. It's shutting down scientific experience and impacting research on drugs and common medical procedures. Jennifer Bellamy joins us now. Jennifer, there were warnings that this could happen. Yeah, scientists have been trying to sound the alarm about the shrinking helium supply for several years now. It was even featured in episodes of The Big Bang Theory, and now the American Physical Society says it's addressing it. It's one of its top priorities, even as researchers are turned away from projects that require the element. Party City's helium woes could be the least of our troubles when it comes to the scientific element, but its problem finding a source for the gas has shed more light on this issue. Helium is a chemical element that has no color, odor, or taste, but it does bring a lot to the table, with one professor describing it as liquid gold for scientists. It's the coldest substance in the world, going as low as negative 450 degrees Fahrenheit. That's almost as cold as outer space. There's little else that can match those conditions. NASA uses the element to separate fuels and rockets, and the Department of Defense uses it to create new cutting-edge tools like sensors that detect radiation. Helium is also used in MRIs and to preserve special magnets that can cost anywhere from thousands to $1 million. Those superconducting magnets are used in developing pharmaceutical drugs. Now, there still is helium out there, just not enough to go around. Helium is created through a natural process involving radioactive decay. It's usually trapped in rock formations and extracted as a byproduct of natural gas. It's the second most prevalent element in the universe, but it quickly dissipates into the Earth's atmosphere. That's why it's described as lighter than air. You can find helium in fields around the world, but it's difficult to trap and store, and since it's so light, it tends to escape. The U.S., Qatar, and Algeria are considered the most reliable sources for helium, with 40% of the U.S. supply coming from the Federal Helium Reserve in Texas. But that facility is closing in 2021 after Congress passed a law in 1996 to get the government out of the helium business. And the U.S. Office of Science and Technology Policy says it hopes to release a plan addressing the helium shortage in the next few weeks. It's expected to include recommendations to increase production here in the U.S. and to reduce, recycle, or substitute supplies as possible.